It was always my dream to get a Maybach. Man, this is the first time I've ever seen one up close and personal like this. So long. It's like a boat. And just like that, I am out of here. Time to leave San Francisco. Goodbye for now. Time to go on a little summer vacation. The weird thing about San Francisco, for those who haven't been here, in San Francisco, winter time is July and August. So we're heading into July. Traditionally, that's going to be winter, cold, fog. Right now, it's sunny out and in the low 60s. So I've got an amazing story to share with you guys. You're gonna absolutely love it. So you're not gonna want to miss it. It's about a superstar, a mega star, who contacted me back and said he found my vlogs on intermittent fasting, and he's had some life-changing testimonials, and he's a major star, like a huge star. So you're not gonna want to miss it. All right, and I got a great story to tie it together. All right, so here's a little story that I know so well about this incredible celebrity that contacted me about his success with intermittent fasting after seeing my videos and vlogs on it. Oh, wow, just incredible personal testimony. I'll show you the proof at the end of this video. So the story goes like this. All the way back in 2006, I discovered this song called Fire. Oh, woman, you make me feel like I'm on fire. And it was a Duran Duran vocal mixed with this sound I was just kind of getting into called trance. And I got in love with this song. I was like, who made this song? And it was on an album called LEF. LEF by a guy called Ferry Corstens. Heard this song Fire. I think it was on BPM. I started hearing it. I fell in love with the song, and I was like, this is an incredible song. I've never heard anything like it before. And I got the album. I got the CD. This is back when you buy CDs. And I fell in love with it. I told all my friends about it. It's coming out to Ruby Sky in San Francisco. The DJ, you know, the maker of this song. I was like, I gotta go see him. So I rallied up some bunch of friends together, and this is the time I'm like just balling out of control. I had American Express black card. I'm freaking, just a young kid at the time. And so, we throw down the black card, and I get the stage at Ruby Sky. Stage is basically like right next to the guy who's going to be playing there. So got a bunch of girls together, and Team Bartlett people. It was just a blast. I still have pictures from this. And I actually have the original recording of the show and audio. I found it, and you can hear my voice to prove I was there. So if I can play this, I'm going to plug it in this video. I met the guy's manager at the show that night. We became friends, and we started emailing back and forth, talking, stayed in touch. And so a couple years later, partner at the time, Taylor Greer, credited him, set this thing up with John Beaver to have, I think it was John Beaver's birthday. And it's this guy, DJ John Beaver, out here in San Francisco, to come up to my house and play like after the show. And it was going to be like, oh, okay, cool, let's set it up. But it was a big surprise. John Beaver was friends with a DJ called Tritonal. And Tritonal is like this huge act now. They're like a big deal. So he ends up bringing Tritonal over to play the after party at my house. Talking to his manager and convincing him to come back for the after party to hang out at my house. And so he's already a superstar, megastar at this time. Ends up coming back to my house. Alan, his manager, and Tritonal, who's signed under his label Flashover, is there. And I got a picture of him at my house. This is the time, if you've been watching my videos before, the past, I had this stripper roommate that caused all this drama and got herself on the dirty, and I was like spooked about pictures because I didn't want my picture on the dirty at that time. Because as a socialite, I was like, I didn't want, so I did not take a picture with him because I was like, oh no, I can't be on the dirty. This will be on there for sure. After the Sacramento show, when we're there, we actually went out to dinner together. And it was me, it was myself, and about 5 or 6 friends, and his manager and himself. Really special dinner to hear like intimate stories about the history of trance music. Because it was him and a guy called Tiesto that really brought this sound out to the world. And at dinner, he's telling me about the foundation of it all, like when he was just a kid and coming up in the Dutch music scene. And him and Tiesto, Armin van Buuren, they're all from the same area. And they come up and they start to bring this sound out to the world. He's telling me about this amazing story about this group, this sound that he started at that time. And it was called From the Heavens, Goriella. And the ironic thing about this whole story, about him contacting me now, the last 2 videos ago, was inspired to finally bring out this sound, this Goriella sound, to you guys and hear it for the first time, a lot of you guys, to hear the foundation of all this electronic sound that we hear today. You know, really the godfather, like one of the founding fathers of the whole thing. And this is like the foundational sound, one of the foundational sounds. Arguably there's stuff before that, of course. But this sound is like one of the earlier pioneer sounds that just a massive, made a big movement with him and Tiesto. So I put this out there in that video. The next day, I get a message on Twitter from the one and only, you know, Ferry Corstens himself. And he tells me his testimony about intermittent fasting from watching my videos. I'm thinking, I just did this video before it. Now he contacted me before I published the video, so it wasn't because he saw it. I shot the video. I hadn't put it up yet. He contacts me. Like, I shot that video, emotional about it, walking down town, and like all of a sudden the next day he contacts me. Like he was connected to me energetically. Somehow he knew that I was on, like, thinking about it and emotional about the sound he made 15 years ago, and telling everyone about it. And all of a sudden he contacts me to thank me about inspiring him to get into intermittent fasting and changing himself. Incredible to have a big time world star. And the overall just tie this whole story together is that eating once a day, shrinking down the feeding window to intermittent fasting, it works. It works. It changes people's lives. We just had to hear a video like from myself all the way out here in California for him to finally like get into it. He didn't know about it until he heard it from me. Who would have thought? Now it's changed his life. Stuff like that goes a long way, man. So I just want to say, keep inspired, keep intermittent fasting. So hard to do sometimes. There's so much motivation. Gosh, it's so challenging. Even for me, every day I gotta like trick myself. Apple cider vinegar, sparkling water, black coffee. I can do it. Walking. Oh, I'm gonna wait a little longer. And it changes everything. It's so freaking good, man. It's so aesthetic, healthy. The body's just eating all the bad cells, healing itself. Mechanism inside. Go out. Get rid of the damage because it doesn't have food in it for that kind of time. Diabetic people, feel them, and ultimately just get aesthetic and ripped. If you like this video, bro, don't hit the like button. And Ferry, when you see this video, the almighty Ferry Corstens, I think one of the best guys as a person. I mean, literally one of the coolest personalities. I didn't say that about me as a big star, but I'll never forget, like 2006, when he didn't even know me. We were just nobody, and even a couple times that I saw him after that, like he meets everybody at that time. We weren't even really friends yet, but he always took the time to stop, and I watched him. He'd stop and take pictures with all his fans at the end of the show. Like this, the freaking sun would be coming up. It'd be like the next, it's like, oh, he's tired, got to go to a show and perform somewhere else, and fly to another city, and he'd stay there like with the last fan at these shows, taking a picture, smiling, talking to the fan. I'll never forget that. Like walking out of Ruby Sky with Ferry Corsten at the end of him playing one of the most historic sets ever, with the unite of him and Tiesto playing together at Ruby Sky, because the power went out down at the Cow Palace here in San Francisco. Literally went out on this big rave we were at while Tiesto's playing. And Tiesto being like the #1 DJ in the world at this time. The power goes out. Everybody's like, gotta go. Nobody can leave. There's a party in the parking lot because there's so much traffic. Everything's jammed. There's no Uber at this time. You can't go anywhere. But we come back to Ruby Sky for the after party with Ferry and go backstage, and in walks Tiesto, and then unannounced, him and Tiesto play together at Ruby Sky, and then walking out of the place with Ferry Corsten, the sun's up the next day, and all Ferry could say, I'll never forget. He'll remember him saying this when he hears this video. It was epic. It was just epic. And that was the first time I'd ever heard anyone use the word epic. And it truly defined what epic was. Uniting a Ferry Corsten and Tiesto together on stage for the first time since like the Gordiella days. I mean, it was just like, I was there for that, the real show. It's never happened since. I mean, that was like the time. So, I love you, Ferry. Everyone else, I love you too, man. You guys keep inspired. Intermittent fasting. Like this video. All done.